Hi, welcome to Module 1, Conceptual Investigation from the e-Learning Fundamentals for Teachers course. In this module, we will investigate all main concepts around online education, making sure we understand the different approaches and that we use the right terms about what we do with our students. By the end of this course, you will be able to define concepts like online learning, blended learning, personalized learning, and many more. You will also be able to evaluate and compare these concepts. First, we're going to look at a few models of teaching and delivering education to students. Conventional education, also often referred to as normal learning, is face-to-face teaching, which often happens in a physical space like a classroom. This method is teacher-centered and is the most common teaching behavior found in educational systems worldwide. Distance education, however, focuses on no immediate presence of a supervisor. The teaching practices are not continuous, and teachers and students are not in the same room or place. So there's a separation between teacher and student. Nevertheless, this way of education benefits from the planning, guidance, and tuition of organizations. Two-way communication is needed among all involved in the educational process. Online education is conducted via electronic media, typically the internet. And it has become very important during the COVID-19 pandemic, as education was forced to be online. While distance learning is focused on self-study and the interaction between teacher and student is generally only during assessment. While online learning, also referred to as e-learning, is a modern application where students have the opportunity to discuss with fellow students and tutors through online means. This provides a valuable network of support and feedback from both students and teachers. Two terms that have been widely used but can be very confusing to separate are blended learning and hybrid learning. Both are a combination of learning at a distance and learning on campus in, for example, a classroom. And in both cases, the student learns partly offline in a supervised physical location and partly through online means. However, the difference is that blended learning focuses on the combination between offline and online learning, while hybrid learning is about finding the right mix for you, no matter if it's online or offline. Previously, we also mentioned e-learning, which was about learning by using electronic media and only allows learning through the internet. However, there's also another term that is closely related to this, namely digital learning. Digital learning means learning using digital technologies like the internet or computers, and it can provide a wide range of solutions to enhance knowledge and performance in real life. You learn using technology, as it is a method that you can use, whilst e-learning is solely learning through technology, and the only method is through electronic media. Other terms that have been mentioned until now are models of teaching and delivering education to students. But there are also philosophical ways of thinking related to education in the online sphere. One of those is personalized learning. Personalized learning is a student experience where the pace of learning and the approach that instructions are given correspond to the needs of each student. Learning activities are more meaningful as it is adapted to the needs and interests of the student and often are selected by the students themselves. There are also flexible pedagogies with new pathways for learning related to delivery models that we saw a bit earlier. One new pathway is to actively involve students in learning development and challenging existing power frames. Flexible pedagogies deconstruct certain frameworks that promote only Western worldviews. to maximize collaboration, interdisciplinary, interprofessional and cross-sectoral learning can be generated. And lastly, less formal learning cultures can be generated through the use of technologies or co-curricular activities. The last philosophy is that of open education. This philosophy obligates society to provide educational opportunities and allow for free access for students to those opportunities. The students has the right to determine the place, time, and pace of their study, and a student can shape their educational profile in terms of level of study and the subject that they study. And with all this information, you should now be able to define what certain teaching models are, the difference between them, and compare them. Thank you for watching, and this is the end of Module 1.